So I just got out of an early access screening for this here movie, The Amateur, directed by James Hawes, stars Rami Malek, Lawrence Fishburne. Let's talk about it. So this is about Charlie. Charlie works for the CIA. He is, just a computer nerd, super genius, loves puzzles. He has a wife named Sarah. Sarah goes to London for a conference, ends up getting caught in the middle of a really bad, not well planned out terrorist job, so to speak, and ends up getting unalived. Charlie is devastated, and he is imploring the CIA to do something, to take action, to basically avenge his wife's death. They're like, well, there's a much bigger picture at play. It's not just about her, but he's like, she mattered. So he decides, I want to take it upon myself. Like, give me the training necessary to do the job, and I'm going to go find these dudes, these suckers, whom he's already identified, and I'm going to go take them out. And they're like, haha, are you serious? I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not sure what your expectations are going into this. The trailer makes it seem like it's this big action movie. Truth be told, the action doesn't really start until about an hour in. Not to say that it's slow. This movie moves at a very interesting pace. I think that hour is very important for what they're trying to accomplish with this film, which is, this movie is less about the action and what this person does, and more so about the breakdown of his own psyche. He suffers a great loss, and that takes something out of him. And then he's talking about wanting to take out the people who took out his wife, and we're seeing this kind of dilemma within him, in that he wants to do right by his wife but also keep his own soul. And it's like he has to make a choice. You can either take out these people or you can keep your own soul. You can't do both. But he's finding that as he's doing these bad things, it takes a piece of him. He starts to change a little bit with each task that happens, and we kind of see him deteriorate just a little bit. And then we get to the ending, which I felt was a little anticlimactic, but honestly it was such a relief, because we come to love Charlie, and we come to love the person that he is. He's a good guy. He's not a killer. He's not this ultra bad person. We see a lot of these revenge movies where it's almost like this person loses their complete humanity, but it's all about his this man's journey to keep his humanity, but also fight for justice at the same time. This is one of those movies that takes a very simple life lesson and turns it into a story. But it's not bad at all. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. I don't know how you're gonna feel about it, but I loved it. I really did like it. I was very much engaged, which I've been so checked out of movies this year. It's been a terrible year for movies so far. Just not very good, and then the box office itself just kind of sucks. But I think this is probably the most engaged I've been with a movie in a very long time. I think, it establishes his character very well. We're very attached to him from the get-go, and so his journey is my journey. I'm very much wanting to go wherever he goes. So, and Rami Malek, I think, plays this role very well. Rami Malek, he's not very tall. He's very unassuming, but he's very smart. And there's almost this kind of quiet masculinity about him. And I think it's also in the sound of his voice. Man has a great voice. And so I think physically he plays this role very well, but he's also a very accomplished and very talented actor, pairing him with Lawrence Fishburne, who is a lot more seasoned than him. There are a lot of good actors, great casting here, great performances. And I think because the action is not as heavy as one would expect in, this kind of spy, thriller, espionage kind of movie, we really need heavy performances, because this really is about character and the preservation of one's character and humanity. So we need actors who know how to be emotional, but also be very strong at the same time. What I did like about this is that they kept him regular, so to speak. They kept him normal. It wasn't like he gained super strength. All of a sudden he learned how to shoot. It was very clear, like, this is who he is. This is who you are. There's no sense in trying to make you something that you're not. So work with the strengths that you have. So I love that we didn't get this unrealistic, physical arc where he becomes, this super soldier. He's very much himself from beginning to end, and he has to learn to work within those boundaries. I don't know. I'm a sucker for a good character piece. I love a good, analytical character piece, and that's basically what this is. Now, our director here, James Hawes, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. My understanding, based on the little bit of research that I did do, this is only his second feature film. He's mostly a television director overseas, the UK. His first feature, and I have to double check is One Life, a movie that came out last year with Anthony Hopkins based on a true story. And now we have this one. So I like him. I like his style. I love that he is all about putting men at the front and allowing their emotions to kind of take over. We're not seeing that a whole lot, so I love that raw honesty that he is willing to give on screen. But no, that was solid. I like that. I can't complain too much. I mean, it's not the most original story in the world, but it's good fun. All I can tell you is, like, whatever your expectations are, just throw them out the window and just roll with it.